I'll be sure to smile. Okay, so pardon me, babes. We're getting into a stretch here of no sleep, and I don't know why. It's pretty much self-torture. I mean, there's actually a lot of work that I do when I go to sleep, and there's a twilight zone anyway. Am I under observation now? I hope so. Let's get back to what I was wanting to talk about. Really, is something completely random, but I found fascinating, and it's something we need to look in more. And now I have my brain surgeon mind on. I'm gonna do it. We're talking about back in the day, the only way that people can get portraits and pictures of each other is to hire a skilled artist. And the thing that struck me is that these artists always left a signature of something in their paintings. Well, not always. Maybe I'm just looking at this one artist. Okay, there's this one artist who left the pic. He drew a fly on the woman's hat that he was doing a portrait of. That basically, every time you walk in to look at that, every person that never seen that painting before walked in and looked at it, they would go up and try to brush the fly off. Now, there's something really heavy duty to contemplate in that artistry. I mean, he did that, but then when you look at this woman's portrait, it's kind of like, okay, so cool, you left all the wrinkles out. That's good. Thank you, and just put some cleaner teeth in there and make me look more thinner, please. And these are, um, very wealthy people who are affording to hire these artists, and these artists are not living shabby. This is the only way that you can get a look of the person's face on a piece of portrait, and you have it on a wall, and these things are everywhere in museums where that's the only way. And people would draw landscapes, and that's the only way we would see that fucking landscape. I'll try not to say fucking so much, you guys. I wonder if I could say like 6 fuckings, and then something will just say she said 6 fuckings. She doesn't need to say it in the next 5 paragraphs. I guess, I don't know. Getting back to this amazing subject matter that there's something about it that my mind feels like it needs to penetrate into it more deeply. About that particular painting. What the hell is burning? Oh, let me look. I have my potatoes reheating over here. If you remove all your worry out of the way and you just get more creative, you can become so much more content and happy. I have this hot stove over here, and the fact is I can cook anything and everything on it. I never have to go, my kitchen's pretty darn cold right now. And it uses electricity, and it has an electric stove, and it's insane. And also that I'm not able to heat water on that thing. Gosh dog it. I want somebody to get interested in this. Just don't look at me. Put a bag on my head, and then listen to this idea I have, you guys. That wasn't a very good sales pitch or whatever. I don't know. I always try to get people interested in the fact that I just need to take a shower. Would you like to help? I'm just kidding. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll be a better thing that comes at me. I mean, getting back to, oh my God, just buying copper wiring, talking about this stove. Not copper wiring, but yes, copper wiring too. I've seen that stove start sparking on the outside because there's a little electrical charge there, because there's fire going on in there. If I hooked a coil around it, around it. See, I'm trying to think, man. My friend used to make fucking guitar pickups right in front of me, and he used to manipulate wires and other mic he used to get kind of getting way off the subject, but phone microphones out of phones, and somehow, babes, he was making guitar pickups from scratch, and these guitar pickups sounded fucking amazing. And he also made amplifiers. This person I hung out with for at least half a decade or more. We were playing music. He actually wrote the song Gloria. Gloria! You can type that video on and look for Warren Rogers. He was homeless up here for 35 fucking years. He's such a character. Ended up hanging out with him for a while. We actually, he has something like an Aries rising too and an Aquarius moon, and it's like there's a lot of shit going on with him. It's like, and you've been kind of a hermit and homeless, and it's trippy. He drives in a vintage van, a van that's like close to looking like my trailer that I have. I mean, it's from 1930 or something, and it's a German quality thing, and it's a $60,000 fucking like rustic thing. He works. I'm sorry, I'm talking about this guy now, but getting back to the experience I had seeing him weave this coil wiring up tight, and somehow whatever energy is there at all includes you going, he's making microphones and shit. So can conduct electricity as well as the copper tubing pipes to start coiling and making water go through at a very slow rate to where it's heated at the bone, at the bottom, and now you're filling up a container. How much do you think that costs for me? I mean, to kind of do it to where it looks neat, you can do an artistry about the copper coiling, and not so makeshift to actually buy the ideally a stainless steel, or how about this? Getting the containers that are inside of water heaters themselves, just take it all apart and get the container. Fucking perfect. And at the bottom, they have an open valve. And then I wouldn't have to worry about paying for gas and even water after a while. Why? I have access to water right now off of my roof. There's also creek water. The creek back here, I've seen it run to the point of safe drinking because I know how to see it. My grandma taught me. I know how to see clean drinking water. So I saw it just a few years ago. I was like, look, because I know how to imagine. You have to use your imagination about what is happening with water, what has gone on over the last, and where is it now? When it percolates here, there's, for some reason, the water table is shallow, and we have a running creek here that will go all the year round, where there's no snow on the ground, but there it is. I know that it's percolating up because they actually do suck some of it over up top, but it's percolating back up. This phenomenon happened. It's just a very slow thing that goes on. It's kind of terrible because if you knew what I knew, and some of my friends knew when we used to come up here and fish, the fish were here year-round, and the creeks never ran dry. That's why the fish were here year-round, and these fish were like this. But guess what? I mean, it was just a couple of years ago that I saw fish in it, and so you can stock the fish in there. You see, I want to take a picture of the creek right now. Oh my God, 9 minutes of... You people need to get a life. Me too. Whew. I'll see you there, babes. Heaven is coming. Get the fuck out of this mess. Ooh, do it right, man, the first time, and don't come back here unless you know what you're doing. Have fun. Anyway, talking about the creek right now. Sorry, I'm in a lot of kind of, it's that I didn't sleep. And I have to remember that. And I'm not dying. You just have no. You're shutting down. Pray to God. Get some sleep. I'll feel so much better when I do. And so the creek. There's a natural dam that formed about 2 doors down. And this creek, I'm gonna go take a picture of it right now. It's there's now like a 9 foot fucking basin, and I want you to send me some trouts in the mail. 1136 Idlewild, California 92549. They'll live.